and welcome to another exciting edition of the P&B World Cup Show. I'm your host, Abel Sunday. The journey to the 2026 FIFA World Cup final is almost complete, but before one final opportunity to reward their fans with a podium finish. While France experiencing shine through, or can England bounce back and finish their World Cup on a high? To break down every tactical battle, key player matchup, and the big talking point, I'm joined by two outstanding football minds, the insightful Jackson Caleb, and from the ancient city of Benin, the abracadabra of sport, Attribution. Stay with us as we discuss this fascinating encounter, preview the World Cup final, and bring you expert analysis you won't want to miss. This is your P&B World Cup Show. No gimmicks, no distractions, just pure unfiltered sport action.
Diogo Dalot, he pulls the ball.
Make the P&B Sports Show part of your weekday routine.
Philogene in the penalty area, twisting and turning. He tries to flick it towards goal.
Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. Make the P&B Sports Show part of your weekday routine.
Into Osimhen.
30 minutes of breaking headlines, in-depth analysis, match preview, and the stories every sport fan needs to know. And when Saturday arrives, we take things to another level. Get ready for balls of fire every Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. One explosive hour of fearless opinion. Stay ahead of the game.
Bellingham, England coming again. It's Harry Kane and Bellingham.
Only on Politics and Business Television, where sport comes alive.
Imagine say television, movies, news and entertainment dey your pocket just like that. Welcome to Free TV app. Now the #1 digital TV app for Nigeria. Free TV app get over 100 live TV channels, breaking news, sports, Nollywood movies, small pikin shows and plenty more inside one app. No decoder wahala, no plenty setup. Just download, open, begin the watch. To get the app, just search Free TV for Google Play Store or Free TV NG for Apple App Store, or scan the QR code for your screen. Registration will take you seconds. You fit use phone number, email, WhatsApp, Google or Apple ID. OTP even dey, so make your account stay safe. For inside the app, the live TV section get over 100 licensed channels with program guide, pause, rewind and catch up. Free TV no be ordinary app. Na digital revolution. Download Free TV today.
The World Cup Show reaching live from the nation's capital. Can you beat this? This is the 38th day, I beg your pardon, for this champion since he started, I think 11th of June, and we're gradually coming to the end of the FIFA World Cup. And I've been joined by Attribution, the abracadabra of sport. We call him that because he brings magic to sport analysis all the way from the ancient city of Benin. Oba Atokoye. Attribution, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Abel. It's a pleasure to be with you on a very cold weekend like this. Thank you for having me today.
Absolutely, it's a pleasure being with you. And of course, we'll have the insightful Jackson Caleb from the other city, which is Port Harcourt, joined us. Okay, is Caleb with us now or is not there? Okay, we don't have Caleb. So probably he will join us at the course of the show. But Errol, who can beat this? I think this tournament started 11th of June, and here we are. This is the 38th day of this competition, the new version of the World Cup. I think it took about 39 days. Tomorrow will be the 39th day, which will be finals, and this is 38 days. A lot of actions, a lot of teams have gone out. We have just also we have 4 remaining, honestly, because we have 2 playing third place today, which is the losers finals, and we'll have tomorrow playing the main finals tomorrow. But from one end, England and France both fell short in the semi-finals. Who has the stronger mentality to bounce back and claim third place? Is it France?
I'm going to give it to any of them, particularly, and I'll tell you my reason. I listened to some of the coach of England, it was 2 days ago, said neither his players nor the French players are willing to play the third place match. I don't know if you came across that. You should have come across that.
Yeah.
He said his players were not enthusiastic about playing the third place match, as well as the third players, they also were not enthusiastic. So that's why we always say football is 70% psychological and 30% physical. There's this thing that it does to there's this thing that elite success individual does to your mentality as a human being. And when he said that, a lot of people were laughing at us saying, I dropped a comment on the page where I studied it. I said, if you are currently angry at this statement that he made, he knows the position where he's standing from saying that. Because the reality is, they have their sights on the final. They were like Moses in the Bible who saw the promised land, who got told that he was going to see the promised land, but was not going to enter. They had their sights on the final. France, on one hand, had sight on going to a third consecutive final in the last 3 World Cups. And so they wanted to be there at home. Nobody comes to a competition. Nobody comes to a competition to break melon. Nobody comes to a competition to be a placeholder for anybody. Everybody is in a competition to win. I know what happened when let me take your mind back to the last not the last AFCON, the one where we played against Cote d'Ivoire at the finals and we lost
Yeah.
the finals to Cote d'Ivoire.
That was 20. I think that was 2024. So yeah, that's 2024, something like that. Yeah.
2024, yes, 2024. I remember I was in Asabara, that's 2024. You need to watch the top league match that have started this week. When it plays, yes, we want the top league match. You cannot compare the enthusiasm, the drive that comes to playing such a match with playing the final. Yeah, as a matter of fact, one of the things we may even see today, the players from both teams who have probably not had any minutes in the tournament so far may just be given an opportunity to play. The likes of Codimino in England, the likes of Trevor Talova, the likes of N'Golo Kante for France, they will just be given minutes to play today. So, in my own books, I don't think it's going to be a good game. The only thing I am looking out for in the game, particularly, I think the likes of Mbappe may want to just we have to be on the pitch, we have to play. I think we will show up to play the match, but I will not be expecting much intensity, so much enthusiasm from both ends because, like I said, these are two teams that have the real hopes of playing. In fact, at some point in prediction during the semifinal, the top place matches that were going to watch today were predicted that they will be the ones to play the final. So yes, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good watch. It's going to be one to actually enjoy. You see, two good teams who have been very well, who have done so well in the tournament so far, and France have been outstanding in the tournament. They're going to meet and we're going to have a good game at the end of the day.
Indeed.
I just want to see what the type of that play and out of the seats.
Indeed, we are going to have a very good game today, and we are looking forward to that. Caleb Jackson just joined us all afternoon.
The oil has hidden all the water on Port Harcourt has hidden all the oil. Just like science will say, the earth is covered by 70% of water. So I don't expect Port Harcourt alone to beat all the water in the land.
Okay, well said. Jackson, before you joined us, me and Aaron were talking about the third place. Going into the third place, we'll have the likes of England and also France. But was it mentally, who will go to that third place strong at it is right now? Is it the French team with their experience or the English team?
And for me, I think it should be the English team. Because remember, we said on this show, I think when myself and John, the last time we had this analysis, we were talking about the additions, and we said it should be a legacy for the French team. And then remember that we were also talking about this team being able to, if possible, reach the finals because of how strong they have been. So I think England, on the other hand, the last time they were in the finals, obviously they won it. That was 1966. And then the last time they were at this stage, exactly where they were, 8 years ago, they lost the third place. So they'll be looking to cover up for their lapses. And then remember, in 2022, the last edition of the World Cup, which just happened, France and England played, and Harry Kane missed a great penalty. So there are still lapses to cover up. So I think England will be looking to carry this third place more. So the first team, I think they look more devastated because after the match, And there was a video that was surfaced the internet of how broken Ulisse was. Ulisse was so broken that for the next 24 hours, he couldn't do anything. He refused to even touch food and his phone. So it shows how mentally down he individually was. Although he's the leading top assist, he has 5 assists. He's leading the assists now with 5. And then again, I think coming into this game, just like John has said, there are a lot of points to prove. Mbappe will still want to come up with the golden ball, the golden boot. Harry Kane might still want to get foothold of the golden boot. Bellingham, as possible, would like to make a statement. However, Thomas Tuchel has made a statement that we might get to see the likes of Kobe Milo today. And just before we proceed, there's something I want to say. Now, there are 2 statements in football that are usually contradicting. The first one says that attack wins you games and defense wins you titles. The second one is an analytical statement that says if a coach makes a change and you criticize the change, if it works against your analysis, then the analysis should be doomed. So having to look at these 2 statements, I think we have, taken our time to pet star and monster Thomas Tuchel. We have labeled him and tagged him for sort of names. However, I said something. I said if with the defensive changes he made, he won Argentina and went to the finals, this same of us would have come out and said this is the reason why Thomas Tuchel is the man for the job. We would have still come out to say Thomas Tuchel is the tactical maestro. We would have still come out there to say no other person deserves the job better than Thomas Tuchel. But be it as it may, the tactics he made were not the best of subs. I would say they were not the best of substitutions, although they were substitutions, and then he had the idea. But just like the Chinese proverb, the best form of defense always remains to attack. You cannot defend by defending. You have to defend by attacking. So leaving that aside, I think England still has the point to prove in this World Cup. Mbappe would not want to, go back like that, and then Ulisse, if possible, might want to make another assist, just secure the top assist. But for me, England would be the team to play with more pressure.
Okay, all right. England will be the team to play with more pressure. But as you rightly said, Erujon, does this take place because you spoke something, you said you spoke about Thomas Tuchel, the video that was circulating, but does it take place playoff still hold real value for players and fans, or has it become just a consolation match? Because right now, if 2 teams are broken and like I don't see any reason why I want to even play. If I even have my way, I might just go back to my country or something, so that if there will be no final for me to, if I can boycott, if there will be no penalty, I might just not play this one, because that's not what I came here for. But do you think it has actually lose its value?
Let me answer in this direction. I think first of all that the likes of Thomas Tuchel releasing that statement in the press conference, and I rather think it was more from an emotional perspective, an emotional point of view. And I think that sometimes we as football fans and analysts, sometimes we are emotionally driven when we make certain statements and when we react to certain things. I don't think we look at it more from the sporting point of view or the analytical point of view. If the likes of, I'm always using Super Eagles because I know you are the Super Eagles technical code. If Super Eagles, for example, if you ask the likes of the student, if you have an AFCON medal, not an AFCON trophy, if you have an AFCON medal, he can tell you yes, you have the bronze medal, and he presents his bronze medal to you. In the Olympics, for example, there are always the gold medals, the silver medals, and the bronze medals. Do you understand? So you cannot completely rule out the importance of this top-based encounter. You cannot, yes, it is usually tagged the final finishers to get who the better loser or the worst loser is as the case may be. But the truth is, personally, you cannot rule out the importance of this top-based encounter. I think in the books of FIFA and all other football governing bodies, if it were not an important encounter, it should have belonged to taking off the books. At the end of the day, you get to that. Let me make you realize something. If France eventually wins the game today, They will be the first footballing nation that has won gold, silver, and bronze in 3 consecutive World Cups. That is a record. Whether are they proud of the record, they may not be proud of the record. Is that the record they would have prepared? No, that's not the record they would have prepared. But guess what? At the end of the day, it is written down in the books of history as a record. It will always be referred to later in life. It will always become an antecedent and as a precedent. In the 2018 World Cup, we got to the
Oh, I think we've lost a road there. Do you have Caleb Jackson? Okay, go ahead, Eru. Go ahead.
Yes, can you?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, in the 2022 World Cup, as I was saying, they came out second, and then now they have a chance to come out third and get the bronze medal. So yes, in my books, the third place man has not lost his value, and I think it is one that you should. Yeah, I mean, this is a tournament that 48 teams play. The tournament starts with 48 teams. So if you come out third, that's a good one. Then if you come out third position in class, I don't always go home in shame. I go home, their shoulder part may not be very high, but at least for an extent, I know they are trying. If in a class of over 50 and coming out top position, that is a good one for me. And if you also leave Didier Deschamps, that will be a perfect good guy for him in my books, going away with 2018 a gold medal, 2020 a silver medal, and now a bronze medal. Perfect for me. One of the 3 medals in the zone, gold, silver, and bronze. Whichever one you use your best color when you get to that. So yes, I don't think that's lost the value.
All right, well said. But Jackson, looking at what we have now, which team do you think actually look convincing so far going into this semi-finals? I beg your pardon, third place, because we have like of France. And we mentioned something earlier before I come down to. He said it doesn't matter for I don't know that you mentioned something about the French team, but I think the French, you said third place will be better. You meaning third place is good, but if a French team that got to the finals 2018 won it, got to the finals 2022 lost the finals, got to the semi-finals 2026 and did not get to the finals, that is a decline. So if you are taking first in your class, even if it is class of 3,000, you've been on the top front, you took first, you now came back and you carry second. If you cannot take third, the last one, it's a decline. So of course, definitely you will worry. There's no way about it. You will be bothered. So looking at them taking third or finishing with the bronze medal this year, of course they will not be happy about it. But Caleb, which of these teams look convincing for you over time? We know that England was shaking at a bit, but I think at some point they were able to get their feet and get their ground. But France has been convincing from the beginning. My own opinion, though. But I want to get to who do you think is more convincing going into this third place?
I'll give you your own opinion, and I would say the French team look more convincing. My reason for this is simple. No, I sat down to rewatch some of the matches that were played between the French team, the English team, and then I noticed something. I noticed that the French team always, like whenever they start a game, they have this mentality of kicking until the game stops. You understand? They want to get it going. They want to get anything possible. A goal, 2 goals. You understand? So most on the other hand, England looks like, let's observe the game. Let's settle into the game. Let's play to a rhythm. And the French team otherwise don't have time for all of that. They get the ball, they come firing at the streets, and then they try to, get the result out of you. Now it's going to be difficult because now I think we saw Rich James leaving off the Argentina match, so we are not sure he's going to start. However, we are hoping a Chalobah introduced into the game since it's their third place match. But irrespective of what the lineups may be, I think the French team to me look more convincing because just like Aaron rightly said, they will be hoping to give the Deschamps a soft landing and then a good applause to send him for. So I think the third position still means a lot to the French side going into this match. However, I do not predispose the England to nothing because again, I feel Thomas Tuchel might just, want to unleash some tactical masterclass the rest of that. But I don't think today is a game that looks like it's going to favor England because, like I rightly said, the goal of the French team, they are already devastated that they could not make it to the finals. However, they might see this as an opportunity to at least still maintain. I think right now they are ranked number 2 in world football, if not number 3. So they might see this as an opportunity to retain their position or even, if possible, climb the rankings.
Tactical masterclass that was a disaster in the previous game. They could see wetin go happen for this one. Make it go do wetin go make up. They go just suck up from how they call US there. Well, it's time for us to go on a short break. When we come back, we'll be telling you everything about the third place, and hopefully we can also chip in some predictions for the finals tomorrow. Don't go anywhere.
Tired of the snow? Tired of the bad TV? You don't tire for this picture? Or yeah, make you follow Unorodo. Nigeria don't go digital with free TV. Over 100 channels they with you. Sport, news, and better entertainment for your own language. No matter where you dey. Whether for city or whether for village, the satellite signal they reach every corner of Nigeria from day one. No monthly payment again. Once you get to get free to air decoder, you don't win. This one, now our own national asset. Even from your phone, you feel watch out. Just download the free TV app and carry your TV go anywhere you dey go. Scan that code now or call 0700 388 7277. Free TV, digital TV for free. Brought to you by MBC.
Imagine say television, movies, news, and entertainment dey your pocket, just like that. Welcome to Free TV app. Now the #1 digital TV app for Nigeria. Free TV app get over 100 live TV channels, breaking news, sports, Nollywood movies, small pikin shows, and plenty more inside one app. No decoder wahala, no plenty setup. Just download, open, begin the watch. To get the app, just search Free TV for Google Play Store or Free TV NG for Apple App Store.
Back in State and the World Cup show live from the nation's capital, and of course I've been with the insightful Caleb Jackson all the way from Port Harcourt, and of course the bracadabra of sport, the man who bring magic to sport analysis. I will start with you, Eru. What are we going to see today? The tactical adjustment. I heard you said something about Kobe Mino. Is it finally that Thomas Tuchel want to bring my Kobe Mino up to the pitch now that he sees that there's nothing to win anymore? Is it fair, Eru?
I'm going to say this. What I'm going to say, I'm going to horse Manchester United. I don't know what you know me, I'm very brutal sometimes. I don't know why they keep clamoring and complaining that Kobe Mino has not been playing, Tuchel has not been using. And I will always ask one question. Who among the midfielders that could be Thomas Tuchel starts, I think that is Kobe Mino better? I think sometimes as football fans, we need to talk football without sentiment. We need to talk football without emotion. Kobe Mino is not better than either Jeffrey Arias or Elliot Anderson. And therefore, he doesn't offer the same work as Ifara. I think it is even Jeffrey Arias that is the best to himself. I don't get it. When you're always complaining that he does not start for the venue, does not play. I can understand when you say, oh, he should have gotten minutes at least. But when you now begin to clamor as though he's wrong for not playing for the venue, nah, that's wrong. You don't do that. That's the David Raya. David Raya won the Golden Globe in England. The goalkeeper of the highest position and won the league. He has not played a single minute for Spain in this competition. A single minute. Not even a mistake. So, you know, N'Golo Kante, as good as he has not played a single minute for France. So, these things happen. It's not new. It's not a new thing. Well, I understand that they have emotional attachment to the player. But to answer the question, I'm not expecting tactical adjustments. Not exactly from both ends. I think both teams stick to the pattern that they play. The only difference I'm expecting is I'm expecting some players to be introduced. I mentioned this earlier. I think, and I think the coaches are giving us a news of that. I think players who have not recorded so many game time in the tournament are going to get an opportunity to play. The likes of Kobe Mino, so that Manchester United fans are the likes of and a few others who are really the likes of Ivan. There's an Ivan Tony on the bench that have not played. Jesus did not come. The likes of Ivan Tony, I think they are going to get some game time today. They may not play full time. The likes of Hurricane, I expect Hurricane and Bulgaria to start. I expect. I'm not sure that's what the coach will do because there is something at stake for these two guys. So I expect them to remain on the starting lineup. So I'm just expecting a trend of some players. I'm not really expecting so much when it comes to tactics. And then just like Jackson Caleb said earlier, which I think I mentioned a day after the lost game on the show, that if Thomas Tuchel had won that game, myself and you, Mr. Eden, will not be on this show to be discussing how his decisions were poor. We would rather be applauding him and calling him the German wizard, the German tactician, and all of that name. I think just like I told you, and I stand on that name whenever, the only problem I had with what he did on that day was he did it way too early. That's Thomas Tuchel tactics. If you know him as a coach, he's a defensive-minded coach. Yes. The only problem I had was he went to defensive quickly, especially when he was already leading and the two Argentine centre backs were already on yellow cards. I expected him to punish them at least and even give one of them a red card. We have the players who could have done that. The likes of Birmingham, Hurricane, and the likes of Anthony Gordon, they would have easily done that. Especially that Romero of the guy. He's very indisciplined. They would have given him a red card too. So in my books, that was the only problem with what he did. I don't have a problem with him and trying to protect his one goal. That's what we have been seeing from him all the way they have been coming out from the knockout stage. So I just expect a few players to be introduced to the game, a few names and faces that we have not seen until the tournament. That's what I expect. I don't expect anything to change their approach and the way they play.
Okay, well said. Before I get to Caleb, we have Oba, the king of sport analysis, is here with us audio from Ibadan. Oba, good afternoon. How is Ibadan this afternoon?
A very wonderful afternoon to you, Mr. Sonny, Mr. Abel. I see Mr. John and Mr. Caleb. Very good afternoon to you. I met Mr. John. Thank you very much. I met Mr. John talking about a statement attributed by Nicky Bott. I don't know if that's what I met you talking about. Nicky Bott said that if Kobe Minor is called to play in today's game, he should refuse to play. He should not play. Simply because Thomas Tuchel has refused to make use of him in the squad since the beginning of the tournament. Quick question for Nicky Bott. For those of us that know Nicky Bott, a quick question is this. If it was Michael Carrick that is the coach of the Three Lions, maybe you would consider using a Kobe Minor and bench the likes of Declan Rice and Henderson. But for me, that's the thing. For me, there is no space for a Kobe Minor in the game. Let's take a look at the journey of the Three Lions at this thing.
He can't play better than the Anderson, so why are you shouting?
Let's take a look at the journey of the Three Lions. Their first game, they won against the Croatia 2-1 or 2. I can't recall very well. Second game, 4-2. Thank you, sir. Second game, goalless with Ghana. So they needed the last game. So from the last game of the group stage, it has been battle for battle. Against DR Congo, they had to come from behind in 10 minutes to score 2 goals. So where is the place you want to put a Kobe Minor to gamble? It is when you are winning like 3-0 or maybe 2-0, you can think of putting a Kobe Minor when you know that the game has already gone to bed. And there is no space. Look at the World Cup this year. This is the first time in the history of World Cup that everybody, including debutants, want to show themselves. So you come with players to a particular tournament just for exposure. See, every year, every major competition that England go, they go with one small player. From 1998, it was the days. In 1998, it was Michael Owen, a 17-year-old boy that went to the World Cup. In 2002, it was what's his name? God, can I remember? Wayne Rooney. till Walcott, and all of them, they've always gone with a very young player to the World Cup. Uncle Ebe, you never asked me questions.
Okay, I'll come back to you. But before I get to you, let me ask Caleb. Caleb, looking at both teams, the World Cup campaign and both team World Cup campaign, which one is the biggest stretch that have the biggest weaknesses so far? I'm talking about the English side and the French side. Which of their weakness that have a lot? Which one have a lot of weakness? Because I think talking about the French, we know that they with their pacey attacking and what have you. But the English side, what can we identify them with, or what is their greatest strength?
I'm glad that Mr. Abba is on the show. I remember the game I think before the semi-final game, we talked about Upamecano and then being one of the weaklings. And then we also talked about the midfield. From the beginning of the game, I've always known that midfield was going to be a lot of problems for the French side. Now, if you look at the way they set up tactically, I've always said that Kante and Rabiot would have worked perfectly well for this French team. Be it as it may, Rabiot is a midfielder that likes to express himself. If you watch the way he plays for all the teams he has, he likes sometimes going in, dropping in, shooting, and creating chances. Now, coming to the French side, he has been defending more. He has been dropping to allow the likes of Kone get on the further part of the pitch. Now, the presence of Kante would have solved, not necessarily all, but a majority part of that. And for teams that are good with holding of the ball, they were always bound to cause this French side trouble, especially if they knew how to be compact like the Spanish side. But then, unlike the Egyptian side, the English side, the only problem that we've had with the English side is their ineffectiveness of the attack. So most of the goals have come from Bellingham and Kane, except from just one goal. Except from two goals that have come from the left wing, Rashford and Godon. So that again makes you so worried that is it that there is a level of deficiency in the attack, sparing that Saka has just one assist, Godon has just 3 assists and 1 goal, and then Rashford has just 2 goals. Altogether, that's 5 and compared to the defense that has about 31 GA just for the attack alone. So that's actually the weak themselves in different forms. But bearing in, I think the French problems were covered, by this French mentality of okay, let's try and score more, and then let's try and play the quick counter, flip the game. You understand? When you throw the ball fast, you don't expose how bad your midfield is. But like I said this thing against Sweden, that Sweden against France, Sweden had some clean moments where they were able to connect 1, 2, 3 balls across the French midfield. And it was something that was giving me sign. It was like, this sign, I don't like this sign I'm seeing. I don't like this sign that I'm seeing. So that was the major thing that I saw. And then again, Luka Digny has this, he does not have the attacking potent like Theo Hernandez. If you watched when Theo Hernandez played the first match, there was this connection with Mbappe in the sense that Luka Digny likes to run to the byline. Theo Hernandez doesn't do that. He waits for Mbappe to sometimes get in behind the defender, and then he plays the pass between the extremely wide marker and the right back. So that shows you the difference in mentality or in adaptation of players playing together.
Okay, well said. Oba, let me come to you. Now, looking at both teams, the French team and the English team, and I think Thomas Tuchel will look at the game between Spain and France, how Spain was able to cage the French team. Do you think Thomas Tuchel would deploy it? Because, of course, they call him the tactician. Do you think he's going to deploy a kind of formation that is going to cage this Spanish team today?
Okay, first and foremost, I like to start by saying that the game against Spain for France, it was Didier Deschamps that wanted to lose. Why did I say Didier Deschamps wanted to lose? Why on earth, in the knockout phases that you have been playing, you have been using Manokone and Desire Due. Why did you bench Manokone for Aurelien Tchouameni and Bradley Bakola? You brought in Bakola, you brought in Tchouameni. They did not do anything. Later, you took out Bakola, you brought in Desire Due, you didn't even remove Tchouameni, but you brought in, what's his name, Manokone, and games started changing for them. But there was one thing that the Spanish team did. They score first. The moment they score, they realize one thing. Take the ball off the French players. They allow the French players not to see the ball. The Spanish players use the ball more, which England do not have. They don't know how to use ball. They do not have ball using players. The likes of Declan Rice hold on. They can't hold on to the ball, which the Spanish players did, which was the only thing they used in winning the French. For the game tonight between Spain, England and France, well, it's the last game of Didier Deschamps because after tonight's game, he ceased to be their coach. And there are rumors that it's likely to be Zinedine Zidane who is coming to take place as the new coach. So definitely the French will want to do a final bid, a goodbye party for their coach who has been with them since 2014. He has been one of the outstanding coach as far as the Leblanc of France is concerned. He's won the World Cup for them. He's been taking them to the final. The only thing I feel eluded him was just the what? The God help me. The Euros. That was the only thing that he could not lay his hand upon. But for Thomas Tuchel, he could also say for himself that he's been able to at least gotten to the same level his predecessor get to. This is his first major tournament as a coach. He signed a 2-year contract. He got to the semi-final, which was the same place that Gareth Southgate took them to the last time. So for me, let's see what becomes of Thomas Tuchel and the crop of players he's going to be calling to the national team. But for tonight, the pendulum should be swinging in the way of the Leblanc of France.
Okay, well said, Oba. And Eru, do you share some sentiment with Oba? Do you think that's what's going to happen?
I beg to differ.
Okay.
In my book, in my opinion, I think it will be showing in the rule of France. I think the French thing we actually want it more. And like I said before, this will be Didier Deschamps' last game to Chad as the coach of the French national team. And then I think the players as well, I'm just trying to say this, they want to be the icing on the cake for him. And then getting the bronze medal in the 2026 World Cup is certainly not the bad piece for them. Being the team, like I said before, the 2018 they won, the 2022 they came out as first runner. And then this time around, this may just be the last the proper farewell for Didier Deschamps and the entire French players. And then being that the likes of Kylian Mbappe also in my books is a very strong contender and has a good likelihood of running away once again with Golden Boot Award. I just think these factors they put together, and then the likes of like Olise wanting to cement his place and the highest assist for the tournament this year. These factors they put together, in my opinion, because the French players the upper hand in the encounter today.
Okay, well said. As we try to wrap up the show, because we have just 10 minutes left on the show, as we try to wrap up, let me start with Jackson. Jackson, finally, we'll finish on the podium. Give your prediction. I don't know. What do you think we are going to see today? Are we going to see 3 goals to none or 2-2 draw, stretch to extra time? How do you think they're going to play today?
I see the French side 2-1. French side winning 2-1.
Okay, Oba, I know you have a lot to say about this.
Well, like I said before, there's not much to say. It's the final game of Didier Deschamps as coach. It has been said that after this World Cup, he'll be stepping down as the coach of the national team. The players who want to beat him, they better pay well by winning the game for him. At least, if you cannot lay your hands upon the gold medal, you should be able to get the bronze medal. And again, I like to quickly say this. that we should understand that Mbappe has been one fantastic player. Many people are not celebrating the way he ought to be celebrated. He's won the gold, he's won the silver. Now he has the opportunity of picking the bronze medal. For me, it's a fantastic feat to have been achieved. I was reading this morning statistics that are taking place in this current World Cup. Lots of statistics have actually happened. I must be sincere with you guys. He has the longest number of red cards. 11 players whose father have played the tournament are currently at this World Cup. Lots of stats that are taking place. But by and large, it has been one of the best World Cup for me. I don't know about other best. One of the best World Cup.
All right, one of the best World Cup for you.
Lastly, before I go, please tell Uncle Infantino that you know that way in the plan to do for us for 2030. I said I want to increase the team to 64.
That's a lot. That's a lot. But Aaron, what do you think? How do you think he's going to finish?
Including the slot to 64 is the best cover besides goes out.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean?
You know, a good sport. How is I going to play the next World Cup? It will be a problem again for them. So they don't look like they are ready.
We are going to go there. We are going to win the next World Cup. We are going to win the next World Cup. There's no two ways about it. We are going to win the next World Cup. But quickly before we go, I want us to watch. There are so much predictions for tomorrow game, and of course, P&B TV, we are affiliated to Messi now. I think because the MD is a Messi fan, so we have to support Messi, whether we like it or not. So if Messi win tomorrow, there will be a party on Monday. So let's make sure that Messi win. But let's watch Mickey, one of our staff, as she have this to say.
Darling Green Falcons might have dropped out, but we must remember 2022 the Green Falcons. Saudi Arabia hits the winners Argentina 2-0. Always keep that at the back of your mind, and then get ready for when Saudi Arabia is going to host the FIFA World Cup in 2034. Hooray!
All right, welcome to 2026 FIFA World Cup Finals. On Sunday, it's it's Spain against Argentina. Football is the #1 unifying factor in the world, and that is why it is round. When you remove a pinch of it, it's no longer round. But watch out for Messi.